Hello everybody, welcome to the online sessions for Sage 300 2017 version. My name is Deepak Sharma. I'm the instructor from Humber College. I'm recording these series of videos to help students who are studying from home and like to complete Sage 300 using student version of the software that's available online. So I'm going to record my first lecture today, which will focus on installing the SQL Server 2014 and and also after that I will be demonstrating how to install Sage 300 2017. So I'm gonna start recording this video, and this video is going to be so all the videos that you will see, I'm using the textbook called Sage 300 2017 by Christine A. Hannay, and I will put a link to the textbook as well. But the students who are in my class from Humber College, they already know what the textbook is, and I will be putting the videos chapter by chapter, so lesson by lesson from this textbook. So it will not be a long video that you have to go through. It will be a small videos that will focus on the certain topics. So today the video is focused on installing the SQL Server and Sage 300. So the computer that I'm using right now is already has the software installed, so I will not able to do everything that I have done previously on my computer, but I will exactly tell you and highlight the steps that need to be done to get the software installed. So now this video I will be posting the page that you see right here on the screen that will summarize the Appendix B, but you do need the Appendix B along with you when you're installing the software, because the instructions has to be looked at from the textbook, because it's very detailed and you have to do exactly what the book tells you. But I will summarize it on my video and show you the big steps that need to be done to get the software downloaded and installed on your machine. So now, what do you need to get the software installed? First of all, this is a window-based software. So I have seen that previously some of my students who has Mac computer were able to install the software as well, but they do have to install the window parallel operating system on their Mac machines to get this software installed. So if you are good in IT, you can do that. If you're not, then you may have to get a help from somebody who knows the computer as well to get the operating system installed on your computer before you install Sage 300 on your computer. So it can be downloaded on any Windows computer as long as it's a dual process and it has Windows 7 or updated version of the window installed on your computer, which I don't see anybody will have an issue. So now to get started with the software, so the first thing that you need to do is when you're installing any software, you need to download the file that has the software files on your computer. So there's two ways. I think there's a CD that comes with the new textbook. I don't know if that has the software file. If it is, then it's great that you don't need to go online. You can put the DVD into your computer, and then what you see is you will straight jump into the step part number 2 to install the SQL. But if you don't have the CD, or you don't want to go through the CD because that CD may have been created back at the time when there were some issues that students were facing, but you don't want to go through those issues. So what I will suggest is to go to a website. So I will post a link on the YouTube video as well. So first thing you are going to do in when you are using Appendix B is you're going to download the Sage 300 2017 data file, and you will do that by going onto a Sage website. So you're going on to this website, sage.com, and I'll put a link to it. So you have to do exactly what you see here, and when you click on it, it will take you to this page. Okay. And then when you scroll down, you see there is Sage 50, which you may have done it before. We don't need to download this one. And there's Sage Cloud there as well. What we are interested in Sage 300. So when you come in here, you're going to click on 2017. Okay. So technically there are 3 different software that are available. The one that we are going to use here and that you're going to be using in your course as well is a 2017 version. So you're going to click on this, and once you click on it, you may see a window pops up on your browser around the corner right here, and it's all depend on which internet browser you're using. If you're using Explorer or Microsoft Chrome, I always suggest using Chrome because it works very well with the Blackboard as well. And once you click on 2017, you see a file getting downloaded, and I put a screenshot as well here. Once you see the file is downloaded, it may take a few minutes because there's actually a 2 gigabyte file. So once the file is downloaded, it may take 5 minutes. It could take 10 minutes to 15 to 30 minutes as well, depending on your internet speed. Once your file is downloaded, you will see something like this saved on your computer. If you let the computer select the default folder, it will go into your download folder, which happened to me as well. So it is sitting in my download folder. So locate the file. The file should be 7-zip, say 300 2017 limited. So it's 1.9 KB, which is 1.983445 KB, which is actually what turns out to be 1.9 gigabyte. So you have the file. So now what you need to do is you need to extract this file. So you are going to double click on this, okay, and then it's going to extract the file into a folder. Okay, this will take few minutes as well. Now this depends on your computer speed. So if your computer is fast, it may happen in 2 minutes. If your computer is a bit slow, it could happen to 5 to 10 minutes. So you just wait, and you may see a percentage going on, something similar to what I have right here in step number 2. That is going to extract the file once the 100. So now you have to wait till get the 100%. I see some of my students having problems in getting the software installed. It gives you error message saying the file is not complete because you may have canceled the extracted file before it reaches to 100%, or something happens and didn't extract everything. Okay, so you want to wait till this reaches to 100%. Once it's done, then what you will see is you see a folder like this, LinkedIn SQL. And now this has all the files that you need to install the software. So you're done downloading the file, and then the file is converted into a folder. So now you go inside this, and this is where all the files are. Okay, so here I want you to make sure you have your test book with you. You can either install the SQL and save 300 manually, or you can click on auto run. Okay, there's nothing different. So if you click on auto run, you will see this window, and here's, if you want to look at the instructions, you don't need to because you have test book. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the Microsoft SQL server. Okay, I'm not going to click on it because it's already installed on my machine. So you're going to click on this, and then you will have your test book that will walk you through a detailed instructions. Okay, so you have to do this first before you do Sage 300. So you click on it, follow the instruction that comes on your screen, have your test book with you to use the instructions that if you need to type in anything, you will type it exactly what the book tells you. Now this step could be different for everybody because depending on what kind of Windows you have installed on your computer, this step may be different on your machine. Okay, just use your common knowledge on how this needs to be installed. The best advice I can give you is always look at what the system is telling you to do, and based on that make your selection. At the end of the day, you need the SQL Server 2014 installed on your machine to use Phase 300. Okay, so first you get the SQL Server, click on this, and once everything is done, it will disappear, and then you have the SQL Server installed on your machine. Okay, so don't go to Sage 300 up until you get this SQL Server installed. Once you have the SQL Server installed, then you're going to do is you're going to click on Sage 300. So I already have this installed, so I'm not going to do this. So I already clicked here, but I'm going to cancel it out. So I'm just going to cancel it because I already have this installed. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the Sage 300, and then with that, see, it tells you what you want to do. I don't want to do anything because I have the Sage 300 installed, so I will cancel it. Okay, and I'll finish it. But what you do is you click on this and it's gonna ask you the questions, and again you need your test book with you to follow the instructions that's given in the test book. So there is things that you need to enter. Those things has to be entered exactly what it tells you in the test book. So the Appendix B will be very handy with you when you're installing this. Okay. So this is the first way. This is the first option if you want to do it through auto run. If you don't want to do through it auto run, what you can do is you can install it manually. So with the manual installation, you have to do the SQL first. So you click on the SQL, double click on the setup. It's going to do exactly what it would have done it in the previous step. And then once that part is done, then you can go back, click on Sage 300, and then you're going to do setup here for Sage 300. So once this part is done, what you're going to do is, so this is the part 2. So first we download it, second we install the SQL and Sage 300, and the third step is we want to make sure all the things that we installed always run as an administrator. Okay, so in that case, what you want to do is there's the instructions on page 712, and that instructions are different depending on if you have Windows, different Windows. If you have Windows 7 or Windows 8 or Windows 10, the instructions are a little bit different. I have Windows 10 on my computer. So what you want to do is whenever you're using these softwares, you always have to run this as an administrator. So now you have to either remind yourself whenever you open your software, this is opening as an administrator, or what you can do is you can by default make this this thing run as an administrator all the time. Okay. So I don't know if you were able to see my screen, because I'm going to click on my program and look for SQL. And once you see an SQL, on the right hand side it says run as an administrator. So I click on that, then it will automatically run as an administrator. The other way you can do that is what the book is telling you is you're going to look at open the file location. Once you click on open the file location, you will see the SQL Server 2000 Studio. You right click on this and click on properties. When you click on the properties, you're going to look at the compatibility, and here see this, I have this check mark, run this program as an administrator. So I already have this one checked in. You won't see it, you won't have this checked in. So you're going to do is you're going to do a check mark on this and click apply. I'm not going to do it because mine was already running as administrator, but this is something you have to do for the SQL. So I'm going to cancel it here, but what you will do is you will click run and then you click apply. Once this is done, you're going to do the same thing for the Sage 300. So I'm going to close this one now. I'm going to click on all my program. I'm going to click for Sage 300, and I will still do the same thing. Open the file location, and this is going to take me to the program file, and then again do the same thing. Right click, properties, and look for the compatibility. And over here, see, I already have this one checked in, run this program as an administrator. You're going to do the same thing as well, and click apply and then OK. And the last thing which we'll be using a lot is a database load. So you have that, you click on the old program, click on database load, and then same thing, open file location, and then right click here, properties, compatibility, run this program as an administrator, press apply and press OK. Now once these steps are done, then you're ready to do your chapter number 1. So this video is a demonstration of getting the Sage 300 and the SQL installed on your computer. Once the software is installed on your computer, then you're ready to start your lesson 1. Right? So now in this video, I cannot demonstrate the troubleshoot that you may face during this installation. I've been teaching this course for the last 5 years at Humber College, and I've seen a lot of students struggling to get the software installed. But as there is a new edition coming in, the book has introduced a lot of new measures to get the software installed in a right way. So I've seen very less errors happening now. But if you have any troubleshoots while you're getting the software installed, there are two main things that I have actually summarized to the students having issues. One, if you are logged in as a user that doesn't have all the administration permissions, then you may end up having issues in getting the software installed because it requires some uh, administration's permissions to get the software installed. So it's always good to log in as a super user. And the second issue that I see that's happening is that if you have an antivirus and your SQL is being stopped by the antivirus, so that could create an issue. And I also have seen some students having these issues, but not a lot. Is when they are trying to install, let's say it gives you an error message saying the file cannot be found, and it will terminate the download. That happens is if you lose the internet in between when you're downloading the file or when you're extracting the file, you press cancel and the file was not complete, and then it's doing the installation. If it's missing even a single file or a folder in that download file, it could create an issue in downloading. So in that case, my suggestion is go back, download the file again, make sure you look at it that it downloads everything, and once it's downloaded, you extract it fully, and once you extract it, then you try to reinstall it again. Okay, so these are the few troubleshoots that I have seen some students facing trouble with. If you're one of them, you try to resolve these issues. But if there's any other issues you have, reach out to me by email or your course message, and I'll be more than happy to help. So this is the end of the video, and then we'll have another video on lesson 1 shortly after this. Thank you, and have a good day, everybody.